are just feeling not as truthful as they're supposed to be to the citizens. So we, the citizens of Nigeria, I feel like this whole Corona thing, there's too many agenda in Nigeria. They tell you today 100 patients tested positive. Tomorrow, 43 people they've been discharged. So, what are the processes? What did you guys do? How did they get healed? You're not telling us that. You just come and say they've been discharged. How did they get discharged? What did you guys do? What drug did you guys give to them? What are the healing recipes that they had? This information needs to be out there. Also, how many people has been tested? When you tell us you 100 people, how many people did to get tested for you to know that it's 100 people or 40 people that got the virus? So all these informations are not readily available to we, the citizens and the masses. And it makes it even more scary because when you don't know how many people have tested, then you are scared because you feel like there are a lot of people having it that have not tested and they're just in their houses, probably thinking it's malaria because the symptoms is quite similar with malaria. You get me? So, and having to raise the lockdown, lift the lockdown at least to a certain extent is even more scary because now you release the lockdown, then even those that have it are now out there mingling with people because they didn't get tested because they don't even know that they have. You get me? And now they're out there mingling with people. Meaning it's looking like more people are going to have it. It's scary. For me, even after the lockdown, I did my house first for another 1 month. First of all, I'm not mingling, no clubbing, no social gathering. I'm not interested in any one of it. And I think everybody should also look into that. So for me, the whole situation, the whole COVID-19 situation in Nigeria is it's a little bit alarming, given the fact that the palliatives that they promised to give, they're not seeing it. We don't know who they're giving money. Hunger is killing the people. And we know our politicians. We know, quote and unquote, so much money have come in from grants to loans from big international bodies, countries giving us money. Where's this money going to? Who's accounting for the money? The same situation of our wealth in Nigeria not being accountable for is also happening right now with the COVID money. The politicians are not telling us what they're doing with the money. This money, the other day was EU, 55 million pounds. Yesterday, Germany, 5.5 million euro. Where is this money? What are they using? They'll tell you they are doing this. So people are not being truthful, which is one of the first problems we have with Nigeria. Transparency in governance, which is zero. There's no transparency in governance in Nigeria, is zero. And that's always the hem of all the problems that seems to come with the governance. Because when there's no transparency, you can't have nobody accountable. That's still the still problem that we're facing in this whole COVID pandemic. If the funds are going to be used in the right way, then we have less risk of people having this. How many test centers do they have in Lagos? How many test centers do they have in Benin? How many do they have in Kano, Kaduna? The other day, Kano's governor, or the Kaduna governor, Ganduje, came out and said he wants 15 billion for COVID, to fight COVID. He said that 3 days later, we had 70 people are dying in Kano. Yo, it was looking like somebody's trying to justify the need for them to give him that 15 billion. So you see, while people are dying, people are scheming of ways to eat this money for themselves. So that's the problem that we have, scheming to eat this money. And because even when they eat this money, nothing is done to any one of them. They're not going to be held accountable because that's what's been happening since, and the government of Buhari came in and say, hey, we are fighting corruption. But we are hearing and seeing these people that are swimming in this corruption and nothing is being done to them. So back to the COVID situation. It's sad because the citizens of Nigeria might have to pay for the negligence and corruption of our leaders. People will pay for it. Unfortunately, a lot of people are going to pay for it because when you lift this ban or this lockdown, people are going to go about their daily businesses, and there are no infrastructure, test centers, and things on ground to help detect and curb the situation. So I pray that it doesn't go that way, but if it does go that way, the government is at fault because a lot of people are going to get infected in the nearest 1 month to 2 months. That's what it's looking like. So We just need accountable governors with a plan. What is their plan to curb this situation? What is their plan? They say social distance, all of us stay home, and they're fine. Social distancing is working in other countries, but we need to add a plan to ours because our society is different from Europe. So there needs to be a plan. So we're just saying, governors coming out saying, stay at home, make sure you wear masks, and what is the plan? What is the amount of people that has this? Who have they contacted? Where are the records? How are you investigating the people that they mingle with or they've come in contact with? How are you trying to know that, okay, these people that have it, they become for stay at home? How do you know the people that have? There's many situations. We are a country of over 200 million people, so definitely we know it's not easy. But you see, accountability is the first key. When you don't know the amount of people even in your country, you don't have track records of people that came in and out, you don't have all these things on ground, then there's a big problem. So I'm just praying for we Nigerians that in the next 1 month, this doesn't become the case of Ecuador and the other countries like Italy and Spain that's faced the terrible um, that this corona has dealt with in the most, you know. So the whole pandemic situation, Nigeria need to have a plan. Our leaders need to have a plan or how to cope it.
Yes, yes. These are unpredictable times. I mean, like we can't really predict what's going to happen. And I keep saying, the best we can do is to play our own parts. We have the government playing their part. We have the health workers playing their part. We have the people playing their part. I think if everyone is playing their part, this is going to be easier. And in no time we'll be back to our normal life. Think
Yeah,
that's what everybody needs to do. Help a brother. Do what you can. If you have to stay home, if that's what you need to do as a good citizen to help your country and your community, then stay home. If you
yeah,
have to, basically just doing whatever we can. And you would say something about the curfew that they set from the 4th of May. And
yeah.
how do you feel about that? Do you think that is the right step to be taken right now? Do you think people they should really lift this lockdown, or do you think we need this lockdown to continue?
The problem is you can't at the same time you can't tell people to sit at home because some people need to work. That's why I said they need to have a plan. Is it because if you're saying